Well, the death toll also rose in Thailand on Sunday. 17 people there are confirmed to have died in Bangkok, with others worried that the continuing aftershocks could cause still unstable structures to collapse. Well, for more on the wider health situation following this earthquake, World Health Organization spokesperson Tarik Jasarevic joins us on the program. Thank you very much for joining us today, Tarik. So, as we heard in that report there, the military junta has indeed allowed some foreign rescue teams into the country to help with relief efforts. Is the WHO present on the ground?
Hello. Yes, we are present on the ground. I was in touch with our colleagues in the region. Our teams are trying really to get to the most affected areas and to hospitals there. Yesterday, within 24 hours, we managed to send 3 tons of emergency medical supplies to Noipito and Bandale, the hospitals that are dealing with most of the injured. And we are receiving reports of more than 3,400 injured people so far. So we are on the ground. We are trying to get through a very difficult road situation and communication situation, but we need to be there and to bring especially trauma and surgical care material. So people who got fractures, crush wounds, open wounds, burns can be treated immediately, because this is really a question of saving lives as fast as we can, because unfortunately there will be probably more people coming to hospitals as search and rescue operations continue.
You mentioned the need for surgeons, but what are some of the other big concerns from a public health perspective in the aftermath of this earthquake?
Well, we have set our health priorities for next 30 days, and we have just launched a flash appeal. We need $8 million US dollars for next 30 days to do several things. First one, as I said, is trauma and surgical care. So help people who have been injured, make sure that they receive medical care. For that, we need, you mentioned it, blood transfusion supplies. We need anesthetics. We need surgical kits. And we need other medicines. We also need to make sure that we have a disease control surveillance, that we can eventually, if needed, respond to outbreaks of diseases. That means make sure that people have enough of clean water, so we avoid waterborne diseases. We need to have enough of laboratory capacity to detect, and we need to have this early warning system. And we should not forget continuation of normal medical care for pregnant women, immunization for children, and people with chronic diseases. So there are all these elements that have been that we need to put in place together with health authorities and partners. And for that, we really need donors to step in and provide resources so we can do this.
When you issue these types of kind of priorities, Tarik, concretely, you mentioned donors, but concretely, who has the power to translate a document like that into reality on the ground?
Well, we will work with existing medical workers and hospitals. We know, and you mentioned in your program, that unfortunately Myanmar has been the scene of a conflict for years now. We know that health system has been already weakened. We know that some hospitals and health centers have not been even functioning before this, that 12 million people were in need of health assistance before the earthquake. Now the situation is obviously even worse. Some of the health facilities have been partially or totally destroyed. We have reached out to our network of emergency medical teams, external medical teams from different countries, and many of them expressed their readiness to join and to be deployed to most affected areas. So we will work, our teams plus the teams who may come from outside, together with the health authorities, to have that human capacity. But what we need really now is donor community to step in to fund this flash appeal, so we can make sure that all those supplies can be available in time that it's needed.
As a final question for you, Tarik, even prior to this earthquake, rights organizations have warned that Myanmar was one of the most dangerous places in the world to be a healthcare specifically. I mean, why is that the case? Why has the junta targeted the medical community?
Well, we have seen in many conflict areas in recent years, unfortunately, that health care, that includes health workers, that includes ambulances, that includes health facilities, are often targeted and they are involved in hostilities. And this should not be the case. International humanitarian law is clear. Healthcare should be protected. Hospitals, health centers, and health workers should never be a target. We will always be there to help health workers to do their job and advocate for their safety. Now, in this time of crisis, like it's case in Myanmar, we really need strong international solidarity to fund our appeal, but we also need all parties in the internal conflict to respect the safety of healthcare.
Tarik Jasarevic of the World Health Organization, thank you so very much for joining us on the program today.
Thank you.